We're taking you live to Labor headquarters at Noble Park in Melbourne's southeast, where Premier Jacinta Allan is speaking.
Given the lateness of the hour, and we have much to talk to tonight. Thank you, friends, for joining us here. And can I, at the very outset, acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we're gathering on, pay respects to elders past and present, and also recognise that we are blessed to be on land of the oldest continuous culture in history. And we're also here in Labor heartland in Mulgrave. It's an honour. It is a deep, deep honour to be standing here tonight before you with the next Labor member for Mulgrave. And we've seen here in Mulgrave that once again the community has turned to Labor to support them now and into the future, and they've done that for one simple reason: they know that Labor delivers, and they've seen that already. They've seen that already. Who was it that delivered free kinder? It was Labor. Who was it that delivered free TAFE? Labor. Who was it that removed 72 level crossing, including all three here in Noble Park, and will remove another 38 as well? And who, of course, friends, was it that's bringing back the SEC? It is Labor. And I am incredibly humbled to be here this evening in a room chock full of our fabulous members and volunteers who clearly we all care about the future of our local communities. And when we started this campaign, we knew we were in for a tough fight. We knew we were in for a tough fight. We knew it would be a hard one to win. And of course, you know, Daniel Andrews served the community here for 20 years. And everyone on every street knew Daniel. He was part of this community. He was trusted by this community. And the impact of his work in this community was clear. And by-elections are certainly challenging. They're certainly challenging for governments. But as we know, they're especially challenging when the by-election is held in the seat of a retiring, long-serving Premier. Also, too, we knew that it would be a tough context because families at times now are doing it tough off the back of consecutive interest rate rises. And we know that the community of Mulgrave was looking to a candidate, a person and a movement that understands their needs, will listen to their concerns, but most importantly, bring about real change and real action. And that's what we've seen at the ballot box today. We've seen, and we've seen that too, heard that feedback from our volunteers who've been working so hard on the ground over the past month. And that is what I wanted to turn to now. I just wanted to say one big thank you to each and every one of you for the enormous work that has gone in over the course of this by-election. As I said, we knew it was going to be a big fight and we knew we had to work hard, and work hard we did. Hundreds and hundreds of people who, and you are here in the room tonight, you've given up your days, your weeknights, your weekends to go on, knock on doors, make calls to make sure that the local community knew absolutely everything they needed to know about Eden Foster and what the Labor Party was offering here in Mulgrave. And just for example, today we had 150 volunteers on early voting and booths here today, plus the big team of people who went and knocked on thousands and thousands of doors just today. Just today, 7,000 doors were being knocked on. But I also wanted to make a couple of quick observations too. We have our wonderful long-serving members of our movement, and I met Ismail today at the Mulgrave booth. I'm not sure if he's here this evening. He was pretty confident at 1 o'clock this afternoon, can I say, that we'd be standing here with Eden here tonight. He was very confident because he'd stood on that booth year in, year out for decades. He was part of this local community. He was part of our movement. And I want to thank I want to thank our long-term members. I also want to thank those large numbers of people who made calls in language to community groups here in Mulgrave. Directly connecting with local communities is such a big and important part of our movement. And then I want to thank also the work of the Field campaign and the many new, younger, fresh faces we see in the room here tonight. Young people who are joining up to the Labor movement, because you know we are a progressive movement. We're not just a progressive movement that talks and lives our values, but we get things done at the same time, so thank you. And I also want to give a particular shout out. I can see many of you here today, my fabulous caucus colleagues, Eden's future fabulous caucus colleagues. Thank you. Thank you so much for the work you've done, the leadership you've shown. Can I particularly thank John Malahi and Lee Talamas? Thank you for the work you've done here in the local community. And I'd also like to thank the Labor Party head office team led by Cam Petrie as well for supporting us. Beautiful timing, Cam, walking in. Our movement is a movement built on people. It's built on people around which we centre our values and our actions. And from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for the work that you have put in to support Eden and to support the Labor Party here in Mulgrave. Now, let's talk about Eden. Let's talk about Eden, because we know that there is much has happened here across the seat of Mulgrave. We've got a rich story to tell. The upgrading of the schools and kinders, I've mentioned already a couple of times those level crossings that have been removed. There is much for Eden to build on, and we know that Eden will absolutely carry forward that hard work, that dedication and commitment to bring about change and support. We know Eden will carry forward that legacy left by Daniel Andrews in supporting the community, and we have seen that the community has seen there's no better persons to step into those shoes than Eden. Eden, as you all know, you know Eden well. The community knows Eden well. Part of this community, growing up in this community, already representing this community, giving back to the local community through decades and decades of service in those areas that are about supporting family and people, in mental health, in working at and volunteering at Vinnie's. The list goes on and on. We know that Eden will be a strong voice, a local voice, a proud voice for the community of Mulgrave, and I am so proud to have Eden on my team, joining the rest of my caucus colleagues in the Victorian Parliament as the next member for Mulgrave. Please
Thank you everyone. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather today, the Bunurong people, and pay my respect to their elders past and present, and acknowledge and pay my respect to any First Nations people that are with us this evening. Thank you, Premier, for your kind words, but also for your mentorship and being a fantastic role model for women. And you have been an incredible source of wisdom for me, and throughout this journey, short journey, it was a short campaign, but I know that I will continue to draw upon that wisdom and really rely on that a fair bit as the member for Mulgrave. I can actually say that now. Whoa, friends, we did it. We did this. We did it. So tonight I am truly humbled to stand here in front of you to be the next Labor MP for Mulgrave. Yes. It is an amazing feeling. It's a surreal feeling, and I think maybe when I wake up tomorrow morning it will sink in, hopefully. It will, no doubt. But I put my hand up to run in this campaign because this community has given me everything. The journey of a working class girl from Noble Park to Spring Street has not been an easy one. I was raised by a single mum, as many of you know, and she worked tirelessly to keep a roof over our heads and really to give me a better life. And these early experiences of my mum's, her strength, her determination, and her never give up attitude has really made me into the woman that I am today and the woman that stands in front of you today. It's built my resilience.